My favorite tablet is back. This is Lenovo's 5th generation Y700 or LegendPad Gen 5 depending on which market you're in. And as someone who's been using these tablets since the first one all the way back in 2022, I am very happy with what Lenovo's done this year. Now there are a couple of things that I wish they'd done differently, like I do every year, but for the most part, this is an excellent tablet, probably the best in its segment. So before we begin, if this is your first time here or in case you just can't remember, my name's Ash, you're watching C4E Tech, and let's get started. Pick up the Y700 and the Gen 5 feels very familiar. That's because you still get a metal unibody that curves at the edges for improved ergonomics. The matte back, it's still quite resistant to picking up fingerprints and smudges. So this tablet, it's still very easy to hold and use in portrait too. In fact, the camera bump is not as elevated anymore. That's something you'd appreciate when you say gaming in landscape. The flash this time also comes with RGB lights, giving a slightly gamery aesthetic. So yeah, as familiar as it might be, there are a few new changes. And though not available at launch, Lenovo is even offering a couple of new colors this time. And the 5th gen Y700, it is slightly shorter while being a smidge thicker as well as heavier. Now there is good reason for this increase in thickness and weight, the best reason possible. Battery capacity, it's now gone up to 9000 mAh, and initial reports coming out of China are very positive, indicating a 30 to 40% increase in battery life from the Gen 4. Given the Gen 4's battery life was not all that bad, this is great news. Now Red Magic, Xiaomi, Apple, Huawei, and even Oppo recently have offerings with similar form factors. But Lenovo is the only one that provides support for microSD, which given ballooning storage costs is a godsend. And they also offer dual Type-C ports, both capable of 68-watt charging, and the 68-watt charger is included in the box. Now the fact that there are two USB ports here lets Lenovo go crazy with accessories. This time they have this arcade option. Pretty cool, right? Get the feel of playing on a real arcade with the Y700, and I love the fact that it's not too expensive an accessory either. And that G9 controller that we saw last year, that's been refreshed too with improved buttons. It's pretty cool to be able to transform your tablet into a handheld if you wanted to. And for those who think this is overkill, there's a new Legion G3 controller too if you want a lightweight, compact, telescopic add-on for your tablet. As always, Lenovo's worked closely with GameSir on these, and so it makes sense that the Y700 also comes with GameSir's Game Hub preloaded. So you can make use of that Game Fusion emulator to emulate Windows games on this tablet, and it is very capable of doing that because inside we have the latest flagship SoC from Qualcomm, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, and it's paired with fast LPDDR5T RAM, 10,667 megatransfers per second, and UFS 4.1 Pro storage. Now, it's not terribly uncommon to see the latest flagship Qualcomm chip on the latest flagship phone or tablet from a brand. But what is getting increasingly uncommon to see these days is almost perfect sustained performance. Now, this is with the Y700 on balanced, and as you can see, it loses almost no performance in a 20-minute stress test. I don't think I've seen this kind of stability on a flagship Qualcomm SoC in years. And I was absolutely blown away by the fact that Lenovo's managed to do this with the temps maxing out at around 40 degrees. Now switch to the performance mode and it still goes up to only 45, and you get a nice little performance bump for the max loop, and the lowest score doesn't really drop either. Now how Lenovo's managed to do this is by going for a 44% larger vapor chamber from last time, and they've also intelligently changed the motherboard's design. So even that max 45 degrees or so is right at the middle. So the SoC is flanked by the split batteries, so no matter how you hold this tablet, the hottest part, it's always away from your hand. So technically, Lenovo has the headroom to push performance even more if they wanted to. Now, even last year, if you look at the Red Magic Astra and the Y700 Gen 4, they both had great stability scores. But the Red Magic, with its high CPM fan, it ended up running 10 degrees hotter to achieve that stability. So once again, I'm very impressed with how Lenovo's handled the cooling here. It makes me really look forward to Lenovo's return to the gaming phone scene, especially given Asus's exit. By the way, if you want to see coverage of that phone as soon as it launches, make sure you subscribe to C4E Tech because that's kind of what I do here, get my hands on Chinese launches as soon as possible and cover them. So yeah, and if you've made it this far, drop this video a like if you can. Now moving on, the display has remained largely unchanged since last year, meaning Lenovo is making us wait for an OLED. because it's still IPS LCD, a very good IPS LCD though. The touch response is now up to 480Hz. The rest of it, it's more or less similar to the last generation, 8.8-inch IPS LCD with a 3K resolution, 165Hz refresh. As always, the speakers are excellent. Even with software, given this is the 5th generation Y700, the experience feels quite refined. In China, we get ZUI on top of Android 16 and it's quite nice to use. There's a desktop mode with the Y700 doubling as a trackpad if you want to output to a larger screen. When playing on the tablet itself, there's a game mode overlay that offers a bunch of easy-to-access settings. There's even support for bypass charging. Lenovo also includes easy gestures for multitasking that feel intuitive and work really well. By the way, this tablet should get at least a couple of years of Android version upgrades, which might not sound like much. But when your main competition from last year is still stuck on Android 15, I see this as a positive, for this segment at least. Now before we jump to pricing, a quick shout out to video sponsor Anbernic. They've now launched what I think is their coolest handheld till date, the RG Rotate. Well, it might look pretty standard at first glance. The screen swivels. Cool, right? Given that swiveling square screen, it's very easy to throw in your pocket and carry around while also being quite ergonomic to use. And it's got enough performance to emulate up to say the Sony PS2. Now this 3.5-inch 1x1 IPS panel is nice to look at. The buttons are tactile, feel great to use. The metal build feels premium too. By the way, Anbernic also offers a cheaper plastic model in black. Anyways, to know more about the RG Rotate, check out the link in the description below. Now coming back to the Y700, Lenovo's done an excellent job here. This is an amazing compact tablet. That said, there are a few cons to keep in mind. These aren't really new because I guess I've been complaining about these every year. Number one, there is no cellular option. Number two, we still get IPS LCD, not OLED. That hurts a little bit more this year given there are 8.8-inch OLED panels available in the market now. Now add to this, there is a new con this time, and that's pricing. Because with the Y700, year on year the prices usually go up by 5 to 7%. Like the OG Y700 launched at 2699 RMB and the pricing had slowly crawled up to 3299 RMB as of last year. But this year, we've had a huge jump right up to 4299 RMB. Yes, I understand the RAM storage price hikes, and yes, I understand Lenovo's done a tremendous job with the cooling and everything for this tablet. And yes, they've not even gotten greedy and have continued to include microSD, but I still can't help but feel a little bummed out about this huge price bump. That said, the Y700 Gen 5, it's still one of the best tablets in its segment, if not the best. So if this is a form factor you want, it's still a pretty darn good choice to import or pick up if or when it launches in your market. So I guess that's it. What do you think about the 5th generation Y700 or Legion Pad Gen 5, depending on which market you're in? Drop a comment down below, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Ash out.